Hello and welcome to today's episode of Route 1. We're the Journeymen. I'm joined by Sean Finch Meehan, Shane O'Brien.
How you doing?
I'm Scott Howe. I hope you enjoyed our first week of shows last week. That was our first week on YouTube. So, keep in contact with us. Leave some comments, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down if you like. I don't really care. We're just going to get straight into it. We're going to talk about United and Arsenal. Was kind of the biggest game of the weekend. Finch, what was your take on it?
Swashbuckling performance by Jesse Lingard, which was really annoying. He was great.
Baffling.
It was a great match, and it was evidenced by the fact that United won 3-1. But when you look at the shots, 33 shots for Arsenal, 8 for United. It was that it was a brilliant counter-attacking performance by United. Like in terms of that third goal was a perfect demonstration of how devastating they can be on the counter, and then although Lauren Koscielny really should have done better with Pogba just kind of used his long legs, just danced around them, and then Jesse Lingard, man, what's the story with him?
He's on fire.
I know he is, man. It's terrible. I don't get it.
He's definitely going to start for England in the World Cup.
He won't, but he will be on the plane, I think.
Well, he has to be on the plane, I think. Well, depending on how the rest of the season
I think United in the last two games have been absolutely ruthless.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason they've won those two games, because they haven't played particularly well in either of them.
Yeah, you look at Saturday's game, and it was like Arsenal didn't play badly.
No,
they did
defensively
not.
They were awful.
They were exactly. You look at attacking. They were very good. They were very good. They did create a lot of chances. It's just a case of as well. Not even just Jesse Lingard playing well for United, but David De Gea proving his worth again and again and again, non-stop.
Is he the best keeper in the world?
No, still Manuel Neuer, and then it's Gianluigi Buffon. Then it's him.
I think he's number one, to be honest with you.
He's not. You can't get beaten at your near post as much as he does and beat the number one keeper in the world.
But everyone has their faults. Neuer is too arrogant and gets beaten with that a lot.
He's too arrogant because he's a sweeper keeper. Anyway, we
won't get into that. We'll go back into.
Digress.
I think that the last two results have papered over the cracks with United big time.
Yeah. That
That was not a typical Mourinho away from home performance. You think back to 2014 and Liverpool. Liverpool dominated Chelsea, didn't have a shot in anger really. Yeah. But Arsenal had 7 or 8 really good chances. That's not proper.
Yeah, and that was exactly. That was even that that match obviously widely known for Steven Gerrard slipping up, but Thomas Callas was playing for Chelsea that day.
Mark Schwarzer was in goal.
It
wasn't a great team, but
exactly.
they just shackled Liverpool to absolutely nothing.
Do you think the media attention, surrounding Mourinho's style of play and pressure from the fans and stuff like that is starting to affect how the team has been lined up and how they're performing?
Not particularly, because Jose Mourinho's been in English football for the guts of 10 years.
10 years
you're not gonna, So he didn't change it at the beginning. He's not going to change it now, really. I think United have been benefited from having Lingard in the team. He's just given it a sort of different dimension to them. I mean, if you look at who starts for United, and you've got Lukaku, Martial, those kind of players, you can't really play all of Lukaku, Rashford, Ibra, Martial, because it just wouldn't work. It'd be too many.
Yeah.
You need someone like Lingard in there, because he's not like a Mata who
creates a bit more.
He creates, but he is very one dimensional. It was the reason why Mourinho got rid of him at Chelsea, was because he'll attack, but he won't really run around as much as a Lingard.
I don't think you'd see Mata spring a counter attack like Lingard did. Yes,
exactly.
That's not the.
He's not got the pace.
I think we have seen the end of Mkhitaryan's United career,
which
it's unfortunate. I think. But
that's
he would be quite similar to Lingard. I think a better version of Lingard.
I think he's a much better version. I wouldn't say that he's they're at all near each other on levels.
No, I think
if you play Mkhitaryan, you give him freedom to go and play.
If he plays that role yesterday, I'm sure that he does or on Saturday he does as well as Lingard.
Yes,
that's.
And I think it's sad to see, because you look, Mkhitaryan wasn't a Mourinho signing. No,
that was
it was a club. There was a club that signed him.
It's Clive Woodward.
Exactly, and that's never a good time, especially with Mourinho.
Yeah,
it's like
what
happened with Shevchenko.
Yeah.
He doesn't take to those players, and if he utilised Mkhitaryan, He would definitely be.
But I don't think Mkhitaryan done himself any favours at the beginning of the season. He wasn't great.
At the start of the season, he was unbelievable.
Well,
7 assists in his first 4 games. Like.
But when kind of United took that dip, Mkhitaryan he didn't help himself. I don't think his performances weren't.
See, I think Mourinho ruins those kind of players, that the skillful ones, by asking them to drop back into an auxiliary fullback, and that's just you're not going to see the best Mkhitaryan when he's defending.
Yeah, which is why
Valencia's.
when you look at his second spell at Chelsea, and he got rid of Mata, and he would play Willian because Willian knew to get back,
and Hazard was playing much deeper than he should be.
Yeah, and like, which is why Hazard was like, yeah, I'm just not going to play the next season after. He was like, I'm not having that again, like, you know, because you look at when you play Eden Hazard in the position that, not even in the position that he wants, either on the wing and number 10, give him freedom to create. You can see what happened at the weekend. He's just unbelievable. He's unstoppable. He actually is unstoppable.
Contentious decision or not? Pogba's red card.
Definite red card.
Definite red card.
But
I don't think he meant it. But
no, I don't think he meant it. But I agree with the sentiment that you can get, when you bottle a challenge, you can get seriously hurt. And that's what happened to Hector Bellerin.
I mean, what kind of a pathetic excuse
exactly,
of the tackle?
He absolutely bottled the challenge, and then Pogba can do nothing but put his foot down. And listen, it's a red card all day long. It's just how it is.
I think he just overstepped it with his completely overlong stride.
Listen, it's a red card. Anybody who says that it's not a red card, which is why when you look at Koscielny and Lukaku, I think that's a yellow card. I wouldn't have been surprised whether it was a yellow or a red.
I think because Koscielny knew exactly what he was doing, it wasn't accidental. He knew he just
kicked him.
He knew he was turned, and he knew he probably had. He knew he had.
Hear something changed.
Yeah, I did. It's a ghost. But he knew that Lukaku had beaten the pace, or had him for pace.
Yeah.
But
it was a cynical enough one. It's kind of like, well, I was watching Match of the Day on Saturday with Spurs and Watford.
Sorry, some disturbance in the studio here. Hi Leo, how are you?
It's not me.
It is you. Go on, Finch, continue.
With the likes of Koscielny's challenge on Lukaku, I think it's debatable whether it's a yellow or a red, although it is extremely cynical. You look at like Spurs and Watford from the weekend, and cynical challenge from who was
Davinson Sanchez?
Yeah, Davinson Sanchez, but who was the Watford player?
Just before it.
I can't remember
who it was, but it was on Kane, wasn't it?
Yeah. And sided it down, yellow card all day long though. And then Davinson Sanchez throws the elbow in.
I don't think he meant to catch him in the face with an elbow.
But it's an elbow, like if you
swing an arm, like you can't.
No, it's 100% a red card. But I don't think he meant it. But
some contentious decisions this
and
week.
Danny Welbeck should have had a penalty. No doubt.
Oh, he absolutely
stonewall.
Absolutely.
Penalty. Like Darmian completely found out there.
And even Chris Smalling's like ludicrous challenge. Like he just dives in on, was it Welbeck again, when he kind of just.
When the ball spilled out just behind the goal.
The ball was about to spill out, and Chris Smalling goes, I'm just going to dive straight in here. Like,
Chris
that could have easily been given
as a penalty. The king of
well.
needlessly tackling players in the box.
That'd be Marcus Rojo.
Yeah, no, he's not. I think when you look at a corner, Chris Smalling literally is the shirt of his.
Yeah, because he can't defend.
Okay. He can't. He's not very.
Look, we're going to move on from United now anyway. We're going to talk a little bit about City. They're winning ugly at the minute. They're not performing very well. Mind you, West Ham kind of just sit 10 players in front of them. And
I thought for the first half West Ham were far the better team.
West Ham were very good. I think it's really unfortunate that now when they need a win, like this is the period after the first 3 games under Moyes, not getting a decent draw against Leicester, but then
taken apart by Everton was
a very poor Everton team.
Well, Everton buoyed by a new manager, I think, but I think there's a real possibility West Ham will have 1 point from the first 18 under Moyes, which is.
And that's what, like, you look at the second half against Leicester and the first half against City. Listen, they can play.
That team should not be in the relegation.
No, they shouldn't. Absolutely not. So with that, City are just pulling results out of their arse at the moment.
I do think cracks are starting to appear though. A little bit. Like, I don't think their winning streak will go on too much longer. Whether that's again, I think they.
No, but I don't see. I just don't see them losing. The winning streak will end. Like, they just won't win every single match until the end of the season.
I think it'll end before Christmas. Like,
it should do. That's when fixture pile up starts coming. That's when they're going to drop points, but they're not going to drop an insane amount of points. I think when's the Manchester derby?
Sunday.
Yeah, could you see United beating them? I don't think.
Not
I think
Pogba.
without Pogba, it's going to be very difficult for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the last 3 games, they've struggled against really like defensive units, and I think that's always been Guardiola's kind of Achilles heel. Like when you think Chelsea doing them. No, that was him, wasn't it? 2012. He's still there. Completely look backs against the wall job. Inter in 2010, the same thing. Even Atletico in the Champions League 2016, it's always been 10 men behind the ball. I don't think he likes that, and you can see how annoyed he got with how he reacted tonight in Redmond.
Yeah,
like, that's not a reaction you'd expect from a manager. Like, it's arrogance to the extreme that he thinks someone has the balls to go and defend against him.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't understand. I think he's one of the sort of proponents of like, oh, you have to go out and play football. No, you don't.
There's an art in defending as well.
Defend. You go out and you defend, and if you defend well, then you win. It's kind of like him and Brendan Rodgers are sort of come from the same cloth of thinking about football philosophically. It's like, no, defending is good.
It's a skill as well.
Please defend. To win titles, you need to defend.
And I think there's an absolute weakness in City in how they defend corners, because against Southampton they threw up 3 or 4 gilt-edged chances. Southampton didn't score any of them, but like they could have easily scored all of them. West Ham scored.
Most of the serious chances City have given up so far this season have been from set pieces.
Yeah, like they're not very good at defending the set piece, and that's the one thing that I could see United beating them on. It would be that. Like, but
yeah, De Bruyne probably best player in the league.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he'll get player of the season.
Yeah,
as long as he maintains his form, which I can't see why.
I can't see like
anyone close to him. Do you think?
Salah
and him, and because Salah's performances this season have been unbelievable.
Yeah, didn't score at the weekend though, which is
strange. Considering a 5-1 win, he didn't score, but Coutinho was unbelievable.
He was unbelievable. Played around with that Brighton team.
Liverpool do have a good spread, like, of attacking players.
They do, but then once again, their Achilles heel is that they have absolutely no defenders. You look at who they were playing in defence.
Yeah,
like.
Gigi Wijnaldum, centre back.
About time that Andy Robertson was playing, like he should always.
I don't understand that. Like, how has he been?
I don't get it. Like Klopp, good, decent manager, no, but like, pal, everybody can see what's wrong with your team.
Yeah.
Just change it. Just see what happens.
I think these defensive problems. It's been said over and over again, but these defensive problems would be acceptable in the first season. But now that he's had 2 summer transfer windows to address it and change his tactics, and they haven't addressed it. It's not
but
acceptable.
It's the case of when you look at the team, like, pal, who have you got? You've got nearly all the defenders were bought under Brendan Rodgers, and everybody was saying there was a problem then. Buy another centre half, because I think they buy one centre half.
Who would you buy?
I don't think. I think they were just waiting for Van Dijk. I think that was ludicrous.
Do you think it's going to happen?
No, I think his value's shot now because of what happened.
Yeah.
I think if you can go and get him in January for a cut price deal, you do. If not, you look around the leagues.
But surely, like, it makes sense to have a plan B and a plan C. That if you don't get your top target, you switch when you realise this is futile. Like, you've got to have someone to go to.
Exactly. You look at how much money they were probably willing to spend on a Van Dijk. You could get. You could get a Socrates, you can get a Manolis, you can get great centre halves. Why wait around for Van Dijk? He's good. He's not that good.
He's not the best centre half in the world. Kind of good that you pay 60 million.
I suppose he's perceived as this footballing centre back as well, isn't he? That Klopp is,
I mean, everybody could see it when he was at Celtic. Why don't you buy? I don't understand why you don't buy him while he's at Celtic as well.
It's kind of like a little bit of a chain thing now. Celtic to Southampton.
Celtic to Southampton, and then subsequently to Liverpool, obviously, because they're all feeder clubs with each other. I mean, it's like, alright, I can't wait until Diedrich Boyata gets moved back to the Premier League.
Southampton.
You know what I mean? Like, it's stupid.
What are we thinking about Chelsea this year?
Hitting form now.
They're
hitting form. Well,
they're playing well.
Just give the ball to Hazard. Just go. And then, actually, Victor Moses played very well at the weekend.
He did. He's up for African
Player of the Year. He'll never win it.
He won't, because Mo Salah has that in the bag.
Mo Salah? Aubameyang?
Sané's German.
Sané's German. You're thinking of Mane.
Oh, Mane. Sané. Same thing.
Chelsea played very well. Well, they went 1-0 down, and their defending at the start of the match was horrific. I mean, it was absolutely diabolical. But then
Newcastle wasn't much better though.
Exactly. As soon as you come into the game, and then when you've got Victor Moses on song, just absolutely killing Matt Ritchie down the left. Matt Ritchie was playing as the fullest fullback I've ever seen in my life, because he was just getting pinned back
Give away a terrible penalty as well.
Terrible. He's not a defender.
And Mbemba's pathetic excuse of
to clear
dive
for
Morata's
goal.
goal. He just
Oh,
went
that's
down.
Jesus, yeah. And then you look, and even for Hazard's first, and you look at Marino, who was marking him. He was nowhere to be seen. The ball just comes back out, and he's just standing on the edge of the box like, "Pal, get in there." That's like that is
You've got
probably
to be goal-side of that kind of player.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably the most talented player in the league, and you're just gonna leave him there. Like, he shinned it, and it's still a great finish. Like,
do you think Newcastle are going to stay in the Premier League this year?
I think so. I think if, especially with their ownership change, prospective ownership change, if that happens, they back Rafa, they stay up, no problem.
I think if the three promoted clubs, Huddersfield, they're most likely to go. I think they're starting like they haven't scored away since August. So and their home form is patchy at best.
Yeah.
So I don't know where their 40 points are
exactly.
come
It's
from,
just it's kind of a.
I'd love to see them stay up.
Yeah, it's kind of a case of the Tom Inces, man. Your main man can't be Tom Ince.
No.
I'm not, like, you just can't have that. I'm not having it. Like, I'm not having Tom Ince. I'm not having Tom Ince as like a footballer that can keep you in the Premier League, because it's just not going to happen. You look at like Glenn Murray's his goal's going to keep Brighton up, but even at that they have Pascal Gross, David Proper, like that kind of, like, a decent players that have played in.
Anthony Knockout. Sorry, that's fucking Brighton. Why am I thinking of Brighton?
No, but like Knockout again for Brighton, like a fella who can change the game, like. But
well, he's not that great though. But anyway,
no,
talking about Brighton, they were spanked at the weekend. By
Huddersfield.
Not by Huddersfield, by Liverpool.
They were. I kind of wanted to talk a bit about Spurs. I kind of thought this utter capitulation. No, never mind you. This utter capitulation from what seemed to be a good Spurs side. I just can't understand it, because I thought they were playing lovely football, and then all of a sudden they beat Liverpool. They give Liverpool a good spanking, and then they haven't won since.
I think traditionally Spurs struggle when they have to mix Premier League with European football. And even last season, they lost the league. They lost the league in this period. They didn't lose it when they lost to West Ham. They lost it in the first 2-3 months of the season. They had too many draws after European games. I think it's exactly the same, and I don't think the stadiums helped them either.
Yeah, I think last season it was kind of, they were in Europe and they were awful, and their league form was just kind of tipping along. It was
too many draws.
Yeah, it was too many draws, and that ultimately cost them the league. And the fact that Chelsea didn't have Europe helped as well. But it's just kind of like they were just terrible in Europe, and then their league form was fine. The European form this season has been terrific. Their league form has just been absolutely shoddy. It's been terrible ever since they beat Madrid. Ever since they got that draw in the Bernabeu, it's just been terrible since.
They lost United after that, I think, didn't they? I think they did the weekend after, and since then they haven't.
Yeah.
Like, you think I think they're focusing on Europe though. You think against Tottenham they took off Ali and Kane 2-0, or against Arsenal with 20 minutes left, 2-0 down. Like, you don't do that. Like,
do you think it's a case of, I know Maurizio Pochettino is a very good manager, do you think it's a case of poor squad management from him?
I don't think he has a big enough squad. I don't think he has a big enough squad.
And doesn't have enough depth.
Yeah, I think as well, and plus it's not just solely down to that. It's down to the fact that Dele Alli's been awful this season. You know, the players that you could depend on, or he did depend on, and this season they've just been on.
And then you come to relying on Harry Kane, and if you're relying on one player, you can shackle him.
Yeah, exactly. If you're constantly on Kane, like, you can see what Watford did, and like any team worth their salt would do it. It's like go and pinpoint Kane, because you're gonna give it to Eriksen, and listen, if you give Eriksen time and space, we all know that he can sort you out. But like, when he's playing for Spurs, it just doesn't seem to be the case this season. Ali, absolutely
non-existent,
diabolical, like not good enough at all. And then like you're basing, a lot of the time they're basing their attacking threat on Kieran Trippier getting down the right flank, and it's like, that's when you know that there's an issue. You know what I mean? Like, it's
when Kieran Trippier's the main attacker.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you've got one of the best number 10s in the world. You've got a striker that is constantly banging them in for seasons.
320 plus seasons is pretty impressive.
Exactly. You've got one of the best young players in Europe.
Even Son is a good
young man Son, yeah, exactly. And Kieran Trippier, like it is wrong. Like, there's something wrong. I mean, like, there is something wrong with Spurs when they're playing Eric Dyer. That's, you know what I mean? Like, Eric Dyer's not good enough. He's a cod.
He's a
cod. No, he's actually showing football. Like, and they're missing Alderweireld. That is absolutely true. You can see that.
Very true.
But there's no real excuses for it. It's like they should be better than what they are.
Where are Spurs going to finish, do you think?
Probably like outside the top 4, man.
You don't think they're going to get Champions League?
I think because
they're too far behind already.
Yeah, I think they finished top of their Champions League group, which
brilliant achievement.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with Dortmund and
Real.
And Real.
And Apoel, don't forget Apoel.
shout out Cypriot football, but then where they go, they get potentially a handy second round.
I don't know.
So,
I think there's a lot of tough teams. I think they could get there's more of a chance to get a tough team than there's more of a chance to get a tough team than an easy team.
Yeah, but like this, they're hoping for.
Mm.
I think maybe I don't know. No, but that's what they're focusing on. You know what I mean?
Quick word on Big Sam. Is he the saviour? Is he the Almighty?
I want him.
I actually just love Big Sam so much. I don't know why teams. I don't know why
he's because you love a Carvery.
I love a Carvery.
And
Big Sam
definitely
loves a
Carvery.
And
I don't know why he was out of football for so long. Did he not want to get back in?
Yeah,
the team's not
that long. He was there last summer in Palace.
Yeah, but how did he stay out of football for a year? I think
the England
job
didn't help him.
Yeah, him just chatting shy.
He got caught at the wrong place at the wrong time with a pint of wine.
Well, a pint of
it
wine.
Can happen.
That's why he's the greatest.
Right, look, we'll leave it there for today. Anyway, thanks very much, guys. Thanks for watching.